album reviews, blogs. We're gonna start doing some variety shows and like YouTube things and videos and feature videos and things of that nature.
Hell yeah.
We've got Oregano Custom Shop. You dream it, we will build it up, and we will do it like Oregano style. I even made, if you see me rocking those pearl white amp cases, I made those through Oregano Custom Shop.
Oh, really?
I made those myself with some help. And so we got Oregano Custom Shop where we do custom music gear. And then
like accessories, like road cases and stuff.
We
like
could
that?
do road cases. We could do like pedal board boxes, road cases as well. I've got an interested client that wants me to make custom drum cases, so we can do things like that. Basically, it's just custom carpentry type of music gear.
Nice.
And it's on the cheap too. So like, you know, the amp cases I've got, they retail at like $400, but you know, we'll do it cheaper and we'll make it more affordable.
Nice.
And it's good stuff. You could drop my amp cases down a flight of steps. They won't burst.
It'll be fine.
So they would be totally fine. That's pretty much the Oregano companies, but
Nice.
we're always pumping up new names.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot to keep track of.
It's a lot to manage.
Very busy guy.
You could say that, yeah.
So yeah, let's keep plugging you up. Next show's coming up.
The
You're
next
on,
show's
a little tour, right?
That's right.
Nice.
Currently, it's a fall tour. It started Friday, Jefferson, New Jersey. We were at Tap House 15. That's one of my stomping grounds around there. And then Irie, my pup, Irie and I, we were driving along the Midwest. We stopped here at Kearney, Nebraska last night, the other side. And now today's Tuesday, so tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll be in Salt Lake City at Gracie's. We like that place. We've been there as well. Where we'll be in Utah, then we'll be in Eagle, Colorado, Carbondale, Colorado. Then we're gonna stop in Tyler, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, San Angelo, Texas, I believe, and Norman, Oklahoma. Then we'll be in Wrightsville, North Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina. I believe we'll be in Charleston, West Virginia.
Jeez.
Greensboro, North Carolina before that. But then we'll be back home in Jefferson at Tap House 15 where we started.
Oh, nice.
We ended the tour there. It's about a month-long fall tour, so that's
Nice, man.
we're looking forward to some more fun.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
And you got a cool little van set up in there.
And we got that van set up, so it's definitely comfortable. We do get crazy looks when people say, "So where are you staying?" And, well, we live in the van. Say, well, you live in a car? But for all you people interested in the tiny house movement, we kind of have a little setup in the van. It's not, I wouldn't call it a tiny house, like a micro house maybe, but like, yeah, we have I built like a bed, and we have a bed. We got a little kitchen. I could cook. Yesterday I was making mac and cheese right out in the parking lot. You know, we cook. We got a fridge, and we got some solar panels and things. So basically, yeah, it eliminates the cost of having to stay in a hotel.
Yeah.
And we stay at rest stops. A lot of them have security at night, so it's the affordable way to kind of come on up, I guess.
Yeah, it kind of ties together with all the grassroots kind of.
Exactly. I'm the DIY guy. People that know me, they know that I do everything myself. I don't like to rely on people. That's why I started my own record label, because I don't want to be that person that's chasing other people down to get funds for things that I could do myself.
Exactly.
And like I always say, the juice is always sweeter when you've grown the fruit yourself.
Very well said, man. I definitely agree with that. Yeah.
And I'm definitely growing some fruits.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with this guy because the album I put out with Cruise Control,
right?
Not recent, it was like last year. But we did a lot of that, tracked it, recorded a lot of that ourselves.
Right.
Just with another one of our friends, and he's like, maybe it's because we did it, but
it sounds
when
good.
I go back and I listen to it, it's like, dang, we did a pretty good job on that.
Well, that kind of, if you think about this, especially if you're an artist, you have a vision for your songs and your music.
Yeah.
You know exactly how everything wants to sound, how you want it to sound. You know how you want the bass to sound. You know how you want the highs, the lows. You know how you want the guitars to sit. You know how you want everything. You could picture it in your head. And I've been through this where you'll have a vision of it, and you got to go trust somebody with your baby.
Yeah.
And I've never, well, I wouldn't say never, but I always run into issues when I'm working with someone else producing my own music. Just because I'm an artist, I'm a producer, and I'm particular, I've always run into issues where I'm like, no, man, okay, raise this, lower this, raise this, lower that, and they send it back, and it's not what I was envisioning. But the last album, Living on Love, my first full-length album, that's the first album I did soup to nuts myself. Yeah. Everything from scratch, start to finish, from demoing all the way up to mastering. Mm-hmm. I did it all myself. I mean, I'm not going to boast or brag, but I feel that that's the best-sounding album I've got. It's exactly what I had in my head, and I'm proud that I did it, and now I will not go back. I'll always do it myself again.
Nice, man. Yeah, because like I definitely, you say you're DIY and everything, but when I first like started listening to you, I just went straight to Spotify and listening to that. It's just like wow,
and it sounds pretty polished.
This is something that this guy did all by himself. Like
yeah, that's right.
It sounds actually really nice and produced, man. So
the funny thing about it too is I didn't really use too many computer effects.
Really,
like, I basically. That's my pedal board.
Yeah.
that's my Behringer delay, man.
Heck yeah, man. That's
awesome. I linked up the tempo on the looper, and I did it almost like a live style where I looped it, and I let the loop play on the tracks.
Oh, nice.
Recorded the loop going, and then I basically, like the compressors, the distortions, all that, that's all my effects. Nice. I used some compressor, like, a little compressor EQ on the mix, but I didn't really do like onboard effects that much. It's just all straight analog just straight pedals.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, if you've already got that sound down, it's like, why mess with it?
That's the pedal. That's the sound, the signal chain. So why do it on the computer?
This is what people are going to be hearing live. Why would you, go all out to like make it sound overproduced to where you can't really recreate it?
Right. You don't want a false image. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why a lot of times when we're recording and stuff, I'm just like, I could probably do another take and make the sound like perfect. But why? Because when they come see us live, I'm not going to play that perfect. I'm not going to, come out here and play these perfect licks or anything. Right. I want them to get
natural
a real
human feel. Exactly.
Yeah,
man, for sure. And that's you're right. You don't want it to sound false. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much. And if you think about it, in the 60s and 70s, they didn't have these computer effects. What did they do? Yeah. They took the pedal board, plug it right in, and they would record their pedals. So I just did it kind of. I like to do it in a more authentic, unique type of style, like that. I don't know. That's just my.
It's more organic.
Organic. Thank you. That's the word I was searching for.
Relatable,
right? Or it's a correct replica of what you're trying to show people. Yeah, you got it.
So, like you said, I think we had a conversation last time you were here. And you were talking about how you went to school, right, for music and everything?
I did, yeah.
Did you learn, like, recording stuff? Is that how you got good with mastering, too?
Right, yeah. I have a degree in music, and it's in production and performance. So I studied recording and producing. I studied a little bit with, like, sound, putting sound in videos and stuff, too. I wasn't a fan of it as much, but basically producing audio tracks and music tracks, and so I was experienced with. I like to use Logic, but Pro Tools, Ableton. Mm-hmm. So I learned that in college, and I also learned the performing stuff. So it was my two main focuses since I'm a kid, anyway.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've been doing. And then once I got out of college, for a few years, I was teaching different instruments and teaching producing. So it's nice. Once I stopped learning it, I started teaching it, and it's like I had a whole other aspect of it.
Yeah. And
it just really strengthened my knowledge and skill with the two topics there. So that's kind of that's me. I'm like Mr. One-sided, like, producing, performing, business.
Yeah.
Don't ask me the scores for any, I don't know, basketball game or not. I don't know.
You want to know how to hook up a mic? I got you.
I could help you do that.
That's cool. And what school was that?
Well, I went to a few. Mm-hmm. Like I my freshman year, I was at Five Towns College.
In New Jersey?
No, it was in Long Island, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Maroon 5, a couple of guys that went to that school, Wyclef Jean, ended up going there for a few semesters.
Wow.
But I went there for one semester, and then I ended up graduating from it's called Ramapo College of New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And it was pretty good, And one of my students that I taught guitar, I taught a student guitar, and he's now going there for the same thing. Yeah, awesome. And he plays great. So yeah, it's like full circle almost.
Yeah, it's probably really cool to see.
It's cool, and then he tells the professors, and they're like, "Oh, say hello," and so that's pretty cool.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you. Yes.
So, we got Irie over here.
Yeah, she's chilling.
How long have you had her?
Irie's gonna be 3 in December.
Nice.
If you guys have seen Irie at the show, she's a doll. She's on Instagram. Check out Irie on Instagram. Irie.the.sheprador. Yeah, she's a doll. She just comes along with me wherever we go. As long as I'm around her, she's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And she likes to sleep on the stage when we play music.
Yeah.
She likes to give everybody hugs and kisses.
Oh, yeah, she's very sweet.
Yes, she's the sweetest dog ever. And she'll be 3 in December. We got her when she was almost 1. She's a rescue. Nobody would ever know that. Like, people were like, really? Because she's super sweet.
Yeah.
She's just a great dog. She's my emotional support. Or it might be the other way around. Who knows? But it's a pair.
Yeah.
It's a pair.
Yeah, she's funny. You just walk outside and she's already just like, where the hell did he go?
Yeah.
Yeah, just go out to the van and grab
She wait for me. At the venue, she'll sit on the stage. If I gotta go to the bathroom, she just stares at the spot where I disappeared till I come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, she's the best.
All right, and I think you said you had some stuff you wanted to plug in, right?
Well, we plugged my businesses there.
Businesses.
I wanted to mention the oregano.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of oregano spice to go around.
Cool.
Yeah, we got my shows coming up. That's going to be really cool.
Are you working on any albums coming up? Because you were saying you wanted to expand your drum set, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm going to be...
do you think you're going to like re-record some stuff? Or?
Well, I mean, maybe eventually down the line I might remaster Living on Love just to bring it a little louder, more present. I don't know. I feel like it could have a little more push, a little more punch, but that wouldn't take me too long. Yeah. And I might add a few, like, I realized when I was listening back, there's a song, Meaning of Mankind. I don't really play that one live, and I realized recently that there was something missing in it. So I might take a song or two, redo it. Like, I'm definitely going to re-record my song Criminal that I have from an EP a few years ago in 2015. Couple songs that were on my first EP. Like, nowadays they've kind of taken new life, so I feel like I should bring them, record them myself, and just kind of the vision that I did have that fell a little short. I would like to kind of execute that, and I think that I can really make Criminal like a banger, you know?
Yeah.
So I might do maybe an album in the future. I can't say when. It's in my head. And, and if something's in my head, it usually always gets done. If I say it more than twice, it happens. But so you better watch out, guys. But I might do like an album or an EP where I take previous songs and then do myself to really show what I meant to show people, rather than, all right, here's what I paid some guy to do that he did okay. But yeah. So as far as new music, like, I've got a couple new songs that I have written. I have been so busy. I wanted to put out a new album like in January, but I've been so busy that I haven't had time to record. But Living on Love only came out in January, so I think the following year I might try and do, 2 years is reasonable. Yeah. Gives me plenty of time to promote this album and then sit down when, because we're moving soon, so I'll be able to sit down in my head and try and record the stuff that I've got. Yeah. And who knows? Maybe some of these renditions will be on that. Who knows? I don't know. I couldn't say, but I got stuff in the pot on that. And yes, I am going to not rebuild, but I'm going to add some things to my setup because I feel that I would. Right now, I got the kick, the snare, and the crash. That's a 3-piece drum set. Yeah, it's a jazz drum set. If you want to call it a drum set. Yeah. It's a percussion kit. Really, it's not a drum set. But I would like to finish it off, so I'll add a little, maybe I'll add a tom and a hi-hat. I'll add the finishing pieces, and then I have some other things where I can loop my drums to, and I can loop some other stuff, and basically I'll be able to play it all at the same time, or loop it all, and then walk around and do a stage show, maybe I'll make some lasers or whatever, but yeah, I'm going to be expanding the set, so hopefully by the time I come back around Nebraska in May, I'm
set up like that.
Yeah, I'm planning to set this up before the new year. So we got some fresh oregano that's gonna be in the pot coming up soon. So
that's pretty good.
But yeah, man, that's a good question.
So talking about how you said your first band, you said you guys weren't very good. Is that kind of why